Good morning, everybody, from the beautiful Majestic Princess. This morning, what I'm going to do is take you on a tour of this magnificent ship. We've been on it for 3-4 days now, halfway through our cruise. But I'm going to walk you through from every level, from the bottom to the top. It's pretty early in the morning, 5:50 right now. So the ship's really quiet. There's not a whole lot of foot traffic, so hopefully you get a good view of what everything looks like. And the goal here would be that we can get up to the top and get a little glimpse of the sunrise once we get up to the very top deck, which is a putting green. So we'll start here on deck 5, and I'll walk you through each floor and kind of explain a little bit about what everything is and how spaces are utilized. Hey, welcome. If you're new around here, we're Will and Kara, and we want to show you why we're constantly cruising. All right, we are going to start in midship on deck 5, and that's because everything past this point on deck 5 is going to be the Symphony dining room. Now, there are 3 dining rooms. This is the first one we're going to see. And then as you walk through, these are the midship stairs. That would be the dining room over there. And then we're going to come into, this is the midship elevators. And we're in the Piazza. That over there is the future cruise desk. You have a candy store, some shops here. Effie Lounge Jewelry Store. And then as you can see from here, you've got O'Malley's in this corner on deck 5. Over in the far corner, we'll walk over there, that is the International Café. That's where I got my coffee this morning. And over here on this side of the Piazza, you have the Good Spirits Bar. So, Good Spirits Bar on this side. You got O'Malley's, the Irish Bar, on the far side. And then, of course, the International Cafe here. That's open 24 hours. You can come down here anytime, get a sandwich, a snack, nice little sweet treat to eat. And then as you progress through, we're walking towards the forward part of the ship. Here is Sabatini's. This is the Italian specialty restaurant. Kara and I ate here on our first night, and it was up to par. It's very delicious. But you've got the guest services desk on this side with most of these spaces, and then they've got a special section here for the suite and elite guests. You've got a Score Excursions desk. And then once you come back here into the forward part of the ship, this is going to be the spa. So you can see there's the salon. This is the reception desk for the spa. And I'll just peek back here, but I'm not going to walk too far back there. But that would be all the treatment rooms and everything like that. So that is deck 5. So that is deck 5, the Plaza deck, on up to deck 6, the Fiesta deck. All right, so as you come up the stairs on Fiesta, deck 6, and these are the forward elevators. Right off the forward elevators, there's some restrooms, and this is the Princess Theater in the very forward part of the ship. I'll walk in here just so you can see. This is the bottom part of the theater. So, fairly large theater here on the Majestic. And this has been, I mean, they've had shows in the evening, but for most of the part of our particular cruise, this has been closed for a special event. There's a special group on the ship this week. So that's going to be, there's going to be a separate entrance on the other side as well. But I'll tell you what, we'll walk over on this side. I'll just briefly step into this side. There is a Captain's Arcade. If you're at all interested in an arcade. So it's not enormous, but something to keep the kids a little busy. And then on this side, this is the double down bar and the non-smoking side of the casino. So, fairly nice bar. You can see they haven't, on some of the ships we've been on, they've replaced this seating in this side of the bar already with more slot machines. They haven't done that yet here on the Majestic. So you can kind of get an idea. Still lots of open space. But it does get pretty packed in here in the evenings. And then as you walk through, this is the other side of the casino. This would be the smoking side. And this is where most of the action is, a lot of the machines, and most of the table games. So you got craps down there at the end, then the card games in the middle, blackjack, 3-card prime, Texas Hold'em, and then up here at the end, you've got your roulette table. So that is your casino. So we're going to keep walking through here. Again, now we're on deck 6. So, deck 6. This side is Bellini's, which is the bar that's here in the middle. Now, there is no crooners on this ship. So that is the Bellini's bar. And this is Alfredo's Pizza, which is one of your casualty dining. And I forgot to mention it, but that underneath of us is O'Malley's. That's also one of your casualty dining options. So here in the Plaza on deck 6, you've got Bellini's on one side, you've got Alfredo's on the other. And then as you walk across, on the other side of Bellini's is the art gallery. If you're at all into the art or the art auctions, the art gallery is over here. We won't walk all the way through that. And then here at the back of deck 6 is the Concerto dining room. This is the second of the 3 dining rooms, and it's one of 2 that are actually on deck 6. But the second one is Allegro, and you cannot get to Allegro from here. You'll see that we'll drop down there once we go up to 7, but once you get up to deck 7, you actually have to drop back down once you get fully aft. So we'll step up to deck 7 and take a look up there. All right, this is Promenade deck 7, and we are fully aft. And the full aft of the ship on deck 7, you have the Vista Lounge. Again, this has been closed for a good bit of our cruise for a special event, but in my experience, this is normally where they would have comedy shows in the evening. Bingo normally is held here in the Vista Lounge. Things like that. So it's a nice spot, a nice little venue. Weirdly, this is the only ship that I've been on. Actually, I'll walk you right back here and show you. This is the only ship that I've been on that there hasn't been a bar in the Vista Lounge. Usually there is a bar right here. Kind of odd that there isn't one, but every ship's a little different. So we are again fully aft on Promenade, deck 7, and then as I told you, the third dining room, Allegro, you can see right there, it's down the steps, fully aft. So you have to come all the way here to the back of the boat, go down the steps. And that's because the thing that's separating those two dining rooms is, of course, the galley. And you can't walk through the galley. So as you progress from full aft on deck 7 up, the first thing you're going to walk through is here where you can get all your photography. So if you're interested in looking at your photos at any point in time, buying photos, that's here. And then we're going to walk. This is going to be what I would have called the wheelhouse bar, but on here they just call the Crown Grill and Bar, which is fine, but a nice area. And our experience on this boat has been that this has been the best bar to come to. These guys here know what they're doing, and they're a good little set of guys that kind of are very entertaining to sit at the bar and talk to. So we'll keep walking through here. Some more seating as you walk through this section. There's going to be a set of bathrooms here on your left as you come through here. And as you enter this section, this is going to be Princess Live. I'll step in here real quick so you can see that. Just another venue. And this is typically where we've had most of the trivia and game shows. There's a bar, Princess Live bar right here. That's also a good spot to grab a cup of coffee. So I don't think they're quite open yet, but if sometimes it does get busy at the International Café, and if it does, it's a good also spot to come to. The line's usually not as long there. So then along this side of the ship on deck 7, you've got a couple watch stores. You can take your Britling. Then you got another FE jewelry store. And this is the Ocean Terrace Sushi Bar. And then on the other side is going to be one of your other dining options, which is Catch by Rudy. That's a specialty dining option. And I believe that the sushi bar is a casual dining option. Don't quote me on that. That's something Kara would know a whole lot better than me, but all right, as we keep walking through, this is Shops by Princess area. You got the regular kind of gift shop on this side with some clothes and things. You got the alcohol on this side. Everything else kind of jewelry that you're looking at. If you're looking for pre-owned rollies, that's where the rollies would be. The Princess brand stuff is all in this shop. You can see they got some name brand handbags and things like that. Here, you got a little Pandora section, Swarovski, and a decent collection of sunglasses. So plenty of ways for you to use that free onboard credit they give you. So now we are fully forward on deck 7 and we are back in the Princess Theater. And this is the view from the top. All right, as you can see here, the next few decks, deck 8 through deck 15, Emerald, Dolphin, Caribe, Baja, Aloha, Riviera, and Marina are all just going to be staterooms. Nothing else to see there. So we're going to skip from deck 7 and we're going to go all the way up to deck 16. And if you don't mind, I'm not taking the stairs for that one. Let's hop in the elevator.
Going up.
To 15 we go.
Deck 15.
I don't know why I hit 15. It's probably because our room is on this floor and it's just muscle memory. We gotta go to 16. What am I thinking? All right, up we go. All right, this is deck 16, Lido deck, and we just came up the forward steps after coming up the forward elevators. And we're gonna take a step outside. So everything forward from here, like I just said, is staterooms. A little bit darker up here. The sun has yet to breach the sky. So what do we got going on out here? Forward on 16, you'll find Alfredo slice pizza, best pizza on the sea. I'll give them that. The pizza is amazing. This is the fountain pool bar. I'm trying to stay underneath this just so the light's a little better. Sorry about that, guys. And then on this side is going to be the Salty Dog Cafe, hot dogs and hamburgers. And then as you go down there, that just takes you right back in to where we were. So you got your main pool here. So a very large pool on this side. They've got like most of the time they've had chairs up here on this thing, main platform, but there's like a splash park thing feature that they can do there. And then there's another smaller pool on this side. Most of this pool is just very shallow, so you can kind of just sit in the water if you choose to. I will walk you over here. Both sides of the ship do have an ocean walk feature, so you can kind of look down that way, and then as you walk out here, it's kind of got that glass bottom, so you can feel like you're about to die. I don't favor that too much, so we're just going to kind of hustle our way on across here. So on both sides here, you got swirls. It's where you're going to get your ice cream. Just a little stand for them to kind of give out alcohol on this side. You've got another bar over on this side. We'll see what that's called. That's the Sea View Bar. So you got the Sea View Bar here, and then the Ocean Walk on this side, on the other side of that. This is for your towel attendant. They're having fun in there. And then as we make our way toward the aft of the ship, we're going to go through the World Fresh Marketplace. Throw my coffee here, done with that. So, World Fresh Marketplace here, better known as your buffet. This is open almost all the time. It does close at night, and it closes every once in a while for them to reset. And most of the time, both sides are going to give you kind of the same options, right, on either side. But you can definitely get coffee here very early in the morning. Morning. Bathrooms here in the middle. And of course, just everybody cleaning and getting things set up here. Bacon, eggs, sausage, pancakes, lots of good stuff going on there. So as we walk to the back, some more bathrooms. There are your aft stairs and elevators. And we're going to move towards the back here, all the way back. We've got some more seating back here if you want to sit outside. And this is going to be your wake view bar in the back. So here's your wake view bar. And this would be your wake view. Not too awful shabby first thing in the morning. All right, then we're gonna leave deck 16 and make our way up to deck 17. Alright, this part of deck 17 is going to be your smoking area. So if you're a smoker, this is your hangout spot. You've still got that wake view, but they've got this glass up, so it's a little bit obstructed. Not quite as pretty as you were looking at down below. But a nice little space here. They usually got all the loungers out, so there's a whole lot more seating. As you can see, a few early morning smokers out. We're going to make our way all the way back here to go up to the next deck, but right, here on deck 17, these are going to be your aft elevators and stairs. We'll step in here real quick. So, this is your aft elevators and stairs. So here on the sun deck, you can see there's a photo studio. That is right through there. Okay, that's how you get to that. And then you saw me walk just past this. This is the Children's Center, the Youth Center, and the Teen Center. Not all the ships have I'm guessing that's Chinese writing on them, but it's all over this ship. I'm guessing it started in Asia when it was first put into service. So then you saw a glimpse of it. This is the fitness center. There's an idea of what the class schedule is if you're into fitness classes. We got plenty of cardio machines, pretty much anything you could want. Treadmills, ellipticals, they got standing bikes, sitting bikes. There's always a couple rollers usually. And a decent selection of machines. Morning. Free weight dumbbells, no free weight barbells. They usually have a Smith machine. So that's kind of what you're looking at. Then there is a, I didn't show you that, but there is a more open area that where they have the classes. It's big enough for like spin classes and things like that. But if you wanted to do something a little more CrossFit-ish or something like that, a HIIT type workout where you needed some more space, usually that's empty and you can go in there and use that. So you can see table tennis tables. And you know, it's early in the morning now, so they've got all these chairs stacked up, but normally this whole area would be just nothing but lounge chairs. I think we're going to end up making it to the top deck just as the sun's coming up, so let's keep our fingers crossed. We got to go all the way around the front of the ship and then make our way back. So there's the top of that ocean view. And kind of a view of the Lido deck from up here. If you had music or a DJ, they'd usually be right there. A couple of jacuzzis up here on this level. Shower. As you can see, deck attendants getting everything ready for the day. All right, and then if you wanted to step through there, I'm not going to, but that's your midship elevators, midship stairs. And this is kind of a quinky dink of this ship, something a little different that I haven't seen on any other ship, the Hollywood Pool Club. And it is a little dark in here, but it's an indoor pool, which I haven't seen on any other Princess ship. Again, not a bad idea. There's a bar here, especially if you were in a colder climate. I can see where this would be very advantageous, but it does have that kind of like YMCA indoor pool chlorine smell a little bit. They got some cabanas here. There is no sanctuary on this ship, so So that's the Hollywood pool. This is the Hollywood Conservatory. Getting some more seating, lounge type area. Morning. Lots of board games and card games. They've got some nice tables to play cards. The big chessboard if you want to study your chess strategy. And this would be fully forward. All right, then we're going to make our way back fully aft to go up to deck 18, because deck 18 is only on the aft part of the ship. So we'll make our way back aft. We'll head up to deck 18, and then there's only one deck above that, deck 19. And I think we're going to catch that just as the sun comes up. We can get back there quick enough. All right, and then we'll take these stairs to go from deck 17 up to deck 18, which is the sports deck. I'm not going to walk all the way around. This is basically a walking track. It'll go around there to the front and come back to the other side. As you can see, 6.5 laps is about equal to a mile. So this one's a little bit longer. I think most ships that I've been on with Princess thus far have been 7 laps to a mile. So this is a pretty decent size sports deck. On the floor here they've got some shuffleboard, more deck chairs that are usually out during the day. Morning. This is the basketball court, which also doubles as pickleball during the day. Again, you can see the shuffleboard there. Some guys out walking here this morning. Morning. All right, and then we're going to go from the sports deck on 18 up to the mini greens golf, which is the only thing accessible on deck 19. And here we go. Mini greens golf. So if you ever want just a nice big panoramic ocean view, this is a great spot. So you get a full idea from the wake view, the back of the ship. There's our view going forward. And it seems like the sun's just about to come up. All right, that's it. That is the entire tour of the Majestic Princess. I hope that's been informative and giving you a nice full view of everything that the ship has to offer. Like I said, Kara and I are only halfway through our cruise for the week, Very much looking forward to everything else. We're in St. Martin today, and then tomorrow we'll be in St. Thomas, followed by a couple sea days as we head back to Fort Lauderdale and give us a chance to really take advantage of everything that the boat has to offer. So if you haven't yet, I would encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel down below. We are trying to hit 1,000 subs before the end of summer, so if you want to hit that subscribe button down below, that would help us out a lot, and we really appreciate it. But even if you don't, thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope this has been informative. Please come back and check out our other videos. We're trying to share with you everything that we can because we just love cruising so much. We want you to love it just as much as we do. That's why we're constantly cruising. See you in the next video.